And we are finally live. Hi, everyone. Warmest welcome. Happy Friday. This is Thoa here, and you are tuning live with us today to have a little chat with our very inspiring business partner living in Spain. And they are not Spanish. Maybe we can ask them to speak some Spanish, but they are originally from
Por
Sweden.
supuesto.
Buenos días. ¿Cómo estás?
Buenos días.
Buenos días.
Muy bien, gracias. ¿Y tú?
That's it. That's it. Yeah. Well, I'm so happy. Normally we have our business chat and coffee on Friday, but we have been taking a break, for a few weeks. My fault because I have had a lots of things in life, and so I decided maybe we can use this day to for you guys to share your stories, right? Because I think for personally listen to your stories, it's very inspiring. So let's start with that. For those who don't know you guys, would you like to just do a short presentation first about yourself?
Yes, we
Sure.
can do that.
You go ahead.
Yeah, I'm I'm Anders, of course, and this is Lizette. As you said, we are from Sweden, but we moved to Spain about what is it now?
It will
We
be 3 years in
yeah, we left
in
Sweden in August
3 years ago.
3 years ago. Yeah, and we bought our house 2.5 years ago. Yeah.
Mm.
And we left Sweden because we only have met, what is it, 5 years ago? 4 or 5 years ago?
You're
Or
on
could
deep
be,
water
could
now,
be
and
6
Could be
years
6 years,
ago.
yeah. So time flies. But when we met, we wanted to spend more time together. And we decided to leave Sweden.
Yes, I came up with a brilliant plan. I was like,
of
let's
course.
to Spain.
She always come up with a good ideas.
Yeah.
No, hang on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you tag along.
Yeah.
No, it's yeah. That's basically we were sitting in Sweden, and Sweden is absolutely beautiful. You know that living in Sweden, especially this time of the year. But it's also a lot of dark and cold time of the year. And we thought, since we met as quite adult, we thought we wanted to really, really use the time we have together, and that's why we wanted more time to do things we love, and to live a different kind of lifestyle, and not be apart for 10 hours a day, and
Mm.
Yeah, which we were in Sweden
yeah
when we had regular jobs and yeah.
What kind of
yes
job did you have in Sweden
I
before?
the last one I had in Sweden was a what do you say, a delivery guy.
Mm.
So I delivered packages for a big company.
with a
Yeah.
brown van.
Yeah.
No, yeah, and I have spent about 23 years in the bar and restaurant business, and most of the years behind the bar as a bartender, bar manager. But
Behind bars.
no, not behind bars, behind the bar.
Whoa, that's a story I haven't heard about before. Bars.
No, no. So yeah, I spent a lot of time in the bar and restaurant business, and yeah, working a lot of hours, a lot of basically most weekends and things like that. So, but the last few years I have tried different things as well. And the year before leaving Sweden, I actually studied for that last year because I was sick of the job I had, so I left that and I studied for a year because we know we were going to leave Sweden, and I didn't feel it was right to apply for a new job for only 1 year when I know we were leaving anyway, and take up their time, and yeah. So that's why.
Yeah, and then also this was during COVID, so we had to postpone our trip a year. We was going to leave a year earlier, actually. So, but
Yeah.
But you did it anyway, after that you did it. So you packed you sold your stuff, you packed your things, and then you went down to Spain with in how to say, camper van?
Yes, in an old camper van. We sold everything we owned. We didn't own that much, but what we owned, we sold, and we bought an old camper van, and we fixed it up a bit, and then we drove down to Spain, and we actually loved it. It was great life, and now we miss our camper van because we have sold it. It's not the most perfect thing to have when you live in a small mountain village. You kind of need a small car, so we have that, and but it's on our vision board. It's a camper van for the future, so we can go traveling around in Europe.
Yeah, we missed that because when we left, we were thinking that maybe we can stay out for a year or 2 years. We didn't know how long it should take, but when you're living with a impatient woman, it didn't take that long time. So we bought a house in half a year.
Yeah.
And then we sold the camper van. So we're thinking we need to buy another one so we can do another road trip.
I'm interested about, what were your thoughts, when you were in the camper van and think about, driving to Spain, were you scared? Were you like, because I bet, I think for lots of people, that is something very new, right? It's going to be a new change in their life and everything. So were you scared? Did you have any hesitations? And how did you overcome that if you had that,
Well, I can say I didn't. I have lived in other countries before as well, and I traveled a lot when I was young, and I lived in New York for 11 years. So for me, it wasn't really that big of a move. So I think you should answer that.
Yeah, but actually, I didn't feel that either. I shouldn't have done it by myself, but since I did it with Lisette, and if something happened, I count on.
But that is something that I can feel. A lot of people in our business can feel related to. Maybe you're doing something, but you are scared of doing it. This is something unknown and everything. But then you are beside somebody who doesn't have that fear, and that's kind of contagious, right? It's really helping you as well. Like you say, Lisette, you wouldn't do it if you were alone. But Lisette, she has this courage, and she's like, pulling you with her, and that is something that we can see a lot in our business, right? Where people inspiring other people to take action, where we motivate each other and help each other out when somebody is scared of something new, right? So well, I'm so happy that you have Lisette and now you're living in Spain.
Yeah, I'm happy to.
And why did you start your business? You moved to Spain, and wasn't you thinking about having another job or anything like that? Why a business?
Well, we were thinking about that, and while we were Anders drove the camper van because I thought it was too big and clumsy for me to drive. I didn't feel secure enough to drive that one.
It was her idea, but she didn't drive.
No, I didn't drive it.
I like driving, so
yeah. So he was driving. Meanwhile, he was driving. I am a person who comes up with quite a lot of ideas, and yes, so we had quite a few ideas, and I was writing them down when we were driving, what we could do, because we didn't want to go back to a regular job. So we said we can start something. We wanted to have our own business. And then basically all the things we were thinking of, it was like a key holding or cleaning company or dogs daycare, or it was a lot of different things. And but then we were thinking all of that required that at least one of us would be in place. And the thing is, we kind of want to have the freedom to be able. Now, when we live in Spain, we are so close to the whole southern Europe. It feels like, I know it's distance, but you get that feeling coming from Sweden. And we want to be able to travel more and see more. And so we said, must be something we can do online. And we were very lucky because the same day we decided to start looking for something, I found a small little in a thread on Facebook. Somebody had answer on someone else's question that you can do this business. And we thought, have to have a look. So we did.
And
Yeah,
again, sorry.
I'll say we were lucky because we haven't done anything like this before, and it was the first thing that popped up.
Yeah.
Actually. So yeah.
Again, it's so courageous to, move to Spain in a camper van and don't know exactly the goal. The goal was not, you didn't have like a job already in Spain or anything like that. And that can scare lots of people, doing that kind of, because it's some kind of security for lots of people, living in Sweden. They have a job and think about, okay, we cannot take like 2 years off. What if we don't have our job when we come back? But you guys, left and didn't have a job ready for you guys waiting in Spain, right? And I think, the universe just aligned your wish for you, when you thought about, I want to do something online, and you saw that message. And the most important thing here is you took action, right? You guys took action and jump into it. And as Anders say, it's your first online business ever. You guys are so lucky that you joined a great community, right?
Yes, definitely. We are so happy and grateful for our business and for all of our beautiful business partners every day. Because we haven't tried anything else, but we have heard so many people who are talking about how they tried 1, 2, 3, 4 different things, before they found something. And then we have someone I know in the community who's saying, that you didn't find this business found you. And I don't know if that's not really, I think that is how it is really, because it really came at the right time when we were looking for something. So yes, so we just jumped straight in. And like you said, a lot of people are very scared of trying new things that they don't really know anything about, like moving to a new country. But the way I'm looking at it is, what is the worst that could happen? There is always, Sweden is always there if we need to move back for some reason. Or
And we don't paint up all the problems before.
No, that's very good.
Many people think, oh, what if that happened, or what if that happens? But we're thinking like, well, if it happened, we handle it then.
We sort it then, because when we were driving away from Sweden, there was people asking us, what about this and this? And we're like, oh, we haven't even thought about that, because why should we start thinking about problems? Because normally it's not that's going to happen anyway. And you're still going to have to sort it out when it happens, if it happens. And we were so lucky. I mean, the whole drive down to Spain and around here for 6 months, and also the drive back to Sweden, not one single problem, not even a flat tire. It's
Oh.
That's amazing. So just imagine if you listen to all these people asking you question why you do it, because this can happen, that can happen. If you're not like having, would say, a good mindset, a growth mindset, that you probably stop and think, oh, you know what I mean. That would probably stop you to moving forward to create a life that you really really desire, right?
yeah,
So for me, it's like that. There's so much to learn in it. Don't listen to people all around you, the naysayer, especially the people who haven't done it before. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Yeah,
exactly.
it's like me listen to somebody who's doing a traditional business with a restaurant, how to run a business online.
Yeah,
It's completely different.
Mm.
So that's why we always tell the people that we work with that, follow the crumble, follow the successful people in the community. That's where you can learn more how you can succeed in your business, instead of listening to people who never know how it is to work online or doing the same kind of business that we are doing, or haven't moved to Spain before in a camper van, so they kind of really give you the advice. I think it's not, sometimes we do forget that when we listen
Mm.
too much to on people that don't really have that kind of knowledge to share with us.
I think that's the most common thing is people who are very afraid of moving, taking a step outside the regular or what we are trained to do, like go to work and from you finish school until you retire and do that and sit at the same desk, and and they are still the first one to jump in and say something if you're going to try something new or if you have a new idea.
Mm.
It's very hard to not listen to them because most people that we have around our lives normally when we grow up have done it the traditional way.
Mm.
So it's going to be a lot of them people around, I would say.
Yeah, exactly. I think
Yeah.
most of the time the questions and the doubt that they have, that they want to, give it to you, is something they have inside for themselves. You know what I mean? So they don't come from the place that you are coming from. You know what I mean? So yeah, but let's move forward. You started a business without any knowledge about working online and everything. So how are you doing today?
We are doing pretty good.
Yeah, I would say that.
We are not where we have intend to be yet, but we're working on it, and we have built a beautiful team, and it's yeah, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, in your team, I can see the average of people in your team is people that you have inspired. A lot of expat, a lot of people who are, already moved abroad, or thinking about, or having that kind of dream to move abroad, and that is fantastic because you are motivating and helping and inspiring people to take the next step, right? And I mean, you have been. You don't give yourself enough credit, but then I need to do it. It's you have been receiving a lots of success lately, and I know more is gonna come as well. And you not only inspire and help your own team, but you are also giving back a lot to our community in our bigger team as well. We need to thank you for it, right? Because you're hosting our team calls, you are doing absolutely fantastic in the training, and you are always have the willingness to share and take your time, to help everybody who reaching out to you, right? For me, that's a huge success, that you have that kind of trust from people who maybe they're not in your team, but they still trust you and still feel like they can reach out to you. And for me, it's yeah, and we have also become very good friends in the business, and so grateful for that as well.
So, Maya, and I want to say yes, yes, we do. We do love that we actually have inspired people, and I think we haven't really seen it like that ourselves. But I also can say if it wasn't for people like you and other people in our bigger team, who has already shown us how to do this, how we share, how we step up, how we help each other. It's all thanks to you. And like you said, you follow the people who are in front of you and who are already are already a great example. So it's it's thanks to you and the other leaders in our team. So we want to be better as people ourselves as well.
And as you said, we haven't really. Maybe it's typical Swedish to not be. What do you say? Not be so proud of what you doing. But I think we have gotten a little bit better on that, but we still have a long way to go, of course. But
a lot of things feel so natural to do. I mean, when we first started when we came into the team, the team we met. We were kind of shy. We didn't say much, and we felt really new. And so when we then got the question to actually take a little bit more space, and of course we felt really honored that that we got the question to host the meeting now, things like that.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people think success is measured with just the money, but success is measured with everything else as well. Like the happiness, if you're feeling content with what you're doing, if you're feeling fulfilled with life and the direction that you're on, that's so important. And lots of people forget that. And they get caught in this dollar sign and forget about, we are here on this planet because we want to leave a footprint, like helping other people as well. We want to leave a legacy for not only our children, but you know what I mean. So I myself did measure success with a money sign before. I have to admit that. But coming into this community, I learned so much more. And I learned, that I should grow myself and to be proud of who I am as a person, as a mom, as a mentor, as a coach, as a friend. You know what I mean? So there's so much more that you can grow and be successful in than just the money sign. The money will come. The money will follow. We have seen that, when you grow yourself and helping other to grow, the money will follow. You should not focus on the money, but focusing on yourself and the people around you.
I think nearly everybody, when they start and first coming in, yes, it's the money we see. It's the we want to make a living, and yeah, of course, you still want to do that. Don't get me wrong, but like you say, it's so much more, and it's I just love being a part of this online family we have and the community. And I think seriously, I have become so much more happier and content. And through this time, I'm still very impatient, and I still jump on things.
Warming isn't built overnight, so it's.
No, I know, but yeah, I have become much better.
Yes.
And also, I think when you see that it's so much more than like you said, just the dollar signs, and you start to work on yourself and all these things around, it's just gonna make you feel calmer and happier, I think.
I have to say, within our business, you can have it all. You can have still, work and have the money sign and still being happy, right? Because there's so many people in our sociality that, are having a lots of cash, a lots of money, but they aren't happy. They're not happy, right? So that's what we're aiming for, to be happy in every area of life. So I can see the time is running when we're having fun, Anders.
Well, I'm not keeping track of time this time.
No. So the last question before I leave you guys, what is on your bucket list? I know you guys love to travel. What is on your bucket list? I would love to know that. If
Yeah,
there's no
working.
money issues or anything like that, what would be on the top of your bucket list?
Well, we were into that a little before. We want to get another camper van and just drive off and see where we want to make a trip that has a start date but no end date.
I love that.
Open-ended, because we're
Yeah,
gonna come back to our house,
open
but you know, it's gonna be open, and that's one thing we love about this business, because we can really do that, because
Yeah,
it doesn't, like regular job in Sweden. I know we have a lot of vacation weeks for regular jobs compares to a lot of other countries.
absolutely.
It's normally 4 weeks straight in the summer, but still, you know, if you're gonna fly down to somewhere in southern Europe to take a long trip, you still only have that time and space.
Yeah.
So that's what we want to have, you know. So if we just love it somewhere, we can stay for a while. We can rent a house, or we can someday stay in a hotel, or we have our camper van. It's going to be really flexible,
Yeah.
because that's another thing I think why we want this business. It's we still want it. We are in it. It's for the choices. We want to have choices, more choice. We can choose to spend more time together. We can choose to travel more. You can choose to spend more time with your children. You know, you get more choices. And I think that's what most people are looking for.
Yeah, and that's what life is all about, right? We choices, right?
Yes.
Thank you so much for taking your time and do this with me on the day of 68 of the 90-day challenge. And I'm so happy
Thank
feel like
you.
that I can do it with you both. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Thoa. It's always a pleasure talking to you, and have a fabulous weekend.
Oh, thank you. Hi, Laurie. You guys have a really inspiring speech. That speaks to me. Thank you. Thank you so much for watching, dear. We would love to see you soon in our business as well. Speak soon, everyone. Have a great Friday. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.